As the Lib Dems say, is it time to show Boris Johnson the door? A pandemic, Partygate, the cost of living crisis, and a no-confidence vote, Boris Johnson has survived them all. But the Prime Minister's supporters can point to a myriad of highs during his time in No 10. In fact, he started off on a high. In 2019, with Johnson leading the party, the Conservatives scored a landslide election victory. This was in part thanks to the fall of Labour's Red Wall. Many voters said they were frustrated with the dragging out of Brexit, and later they felt vindicated when Johnson managed to finally negotiate a deal in Brussels. Just over a year later, when the nation was still in the grips of the COVID pandemic, Johnson pressed ahead with Britain's vaccine rollout before any other developed nation. In 2021, he cited this as one of the reasons behind the Conservatives' historic by-election win in Hartlepool. And throughout the war in Ukraine, Johnson's supporters have hailed his foreign policy successes. He was fast to cut any existing ties with the Kremlin, and his early decision to provide military aid to Kyiv paid off. But Johnson has been in the firing line more than once. His handling of Brexit has been widely criticised, more recently for issues over the Northern Ireland Protocol, and back when he unlawfully prorogued Parliament. Equally, he was slow to introduce COVID restrictions, and the emergence of the Partygate scandal has overshadowed his successes. Johnson became the first serving British Prime Minister to be found to have broken the law, and he was even forced to apologise to the Queen. This year, his reputation suffered further as a result of the cost of living crisis. Growing discontent on Johnson's backbenches then culminated in a no-confidence vote, with 40% of his own MPs voting to oust him. And now he has found himself under renewed pressure. The Tories have lost another stronghold seat in by-elections, suggesting public anger is turning to action at the ballot box. But as we've seen in the past few years, this doesn't necessarily spell the end for Johnson, who just keeps clinging on.
I'll get that little piece of dandruff for